Hello, Tracy here from Art Resurrected, and today I'm going to be doing an unwrapping and spontaneous tutorial using my Softflex Design Kit Resort Chic for the month of April. I'm a little late doing this, but that's actually because I ordered it a bit late and was surprised to still find some kits left. Now, I think they're sold out now, but they still have some different bead mixes and corresponding Softflex jewelry wire still available. So I'm pretty excited to open this up. Let's get to it. Here is my Softflex kit. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Ooh, okay, so you can already see, I got, of course, the bead kit and the different things. So, okay. We have the pink tourmaline Softflex beading wire in medium. Oh, that's a nice color. What's nice about this color, it would not only work with the semi-precious stones and of course the pearls, but I like to actually put that with rose quartz and even ruby. Goes really well with that because then this way you have that undercore that's really nice. Here we go. The crimp tubes and different little findings, several silver-filled earring wires. Oh, here, let's just get the crimps there, and the lobster claw clasp, the earring wires. Ooh, and tiara cast, the sand dollar button. That is nice. I really like that one. And the seahorses. Oh my gosh, they're adorable. I love the detail. Oh, that is great. It almost looks like a life cast. That is awesome. And then there's the hot pink pearls. You know, I'd almost honestly say it's not like a neon. It's pink. It's very pink, but I'm not going to call it like a neon pink. And then the matte periwinkle. Oh, no, that's the periwinkle right there. And then the light blue faceted and dark blue faceted. Yeah, they both have an AB finish on them. Very nice. And this is the dark blue is 5mm. The smaller ones are 4mm. There's the head pins that I mentioned. And then oh, okay, yes, sea beads and rubber tubing. Now, I've been seeing a lot of new jewelry being created using rubber tubing. I know myself, I probably will not be using that. Oop, the sea beads got stuck. I'll probably not be using the tubing in a jewelry application, but you know where I am definitely going to be using this? In miniatures. So this, for me, will be definitely a nice supply, and it's sturdy. That is thick. Has sort of a satin finish to it, but that will be a great element for miniature pieces. And that's one of my little secrets. A lot of times my jewelry supplies has multi-purpose. It can definitely be used for my miniature projects. And I've seen a lot of nice products, especially like bracelets as a good example, or even earrings, where you're using the different tubing and you can create some really fun things, and especially something that's waterproof. I'm all for it. But I know myself texturally, I'm going to be using that tubing for miniature work. So we'll definitely put that to the side for now. And I do love these little seed beads. The clear ones are very nice. Those will be a great addition. I don't know if I'm going to use them in my project today. I'll have to think about it. And of course the Resort Chic bead kit. I really like this color combination. I think Softflex was going to different zones that maybe not everyone's comfortable with when it comes to the pinks and blues, but I like it. It definitely has the resort feeling, but for me, I honestly would say it reminds me of the desert. I like, desert sunrises and sunsets. These are colors you would actually see. I mean, there's some significantly contrasting elements in the sky when it comes to the colors, especially in Arizona and California. You get some stunning, stunning sunsets. And also if you go to the ocean, wonderful sunsets. So we're looking at all the little metal pieces. Oh, the butterfly is a cute one. Okay, it's a single side, but it's really nice. It's kind of like a, not quite a blue morpho, but it still looks like a nice butterfly look. Got a lot of different crystals, and I'm noticing the holes on these are actually, they're pretty big. I'm going to check and see real quick how many times I can go through it with Soft Flex. I do that as sort of like my little tester because it tells me, can I do a more complicated project? And in this case, oh, yep, it'll let me go through it twice. So I could do some weaving. I could do some different little projects with it. Oh, I like these. Oh, and there's two of them, the two of the butterflies. So we got a lot of the blues here. So let's see. What am I think I'm going to separate my blues and pinks. See what design direction I want to go. There is some purple, and I noticed with these little crystals here, they have an AB finish that is, while it's a silver base, sort of a gray base, has an AB finish that has sort of flashes of pinks and purples and blues. So that's an interesting one. That one might be a little, I don't know, I might just, put those to the side on our own basis, but I'll leave the pinks and purples together. The ones that are definitively blue go here. And as normal with Jesse James bead assortments, I don't know, are these acrylics? Yeah, the larger pink ones are acrylics. These are crystal. These might be plastic or glass. No, I think these are glass. They have sort of a interesting sort of almost holographic, a little bit of that sort of tiger's eye effect that I like that goes on. So there's some beautiful purples, pinks. Love all the metal components. I mean, look at all these bead caps and spacers. This is actually a really nice mix. And last I checked on the Soft Flex company website, they still had some kits, the bead mixes left. The kits I think were completely sold out. I know that's how I was actually able to get this kit. They had it for a lot longer. Normally, most of their kits sell out within the first week to 2 weeks of the launch. This actually made it to the end of the month. So I was surprised because personally, I still think the color palette was awesome. I was planning on ordering and got involved in starting to work on working in the garden. And when I work in the garden, it becomes week-long projects and trying to get all the plants growing. My herb garden's now growing strong, but that means I end up forgetting about things such as ordering what bead kits. Okay, so we have the metal dominant is silver. I'm totally okay with that. I'll be honest, whenever I have a lot of commissioned work, I get more requests for silver. Though I noticed like around Christmas or certain holidays, I have some different families who like more gold tones. It's a real mixture, but I know this, when it comes to sea life and everything, the silver and the blues and the pinks just go beautifully. Now, you could go with the whole pink beaches. That is a nice concept. I do like that. But, and the holes on these are actually decent size. I don't know if they'll allow it to go through a second time. Oh, you know what? It doesn't hurt to cut open some of the strands already. I'm sitting here trying to go through my head. What do I want to make this time? And okay, they do have, it's not a super, super tiny hole, but the hole is probably only big enough to have one strand of soft flex go through it. I'll keep that in mind if I end up designing with the pinks and purples. Choices. These are some really, really fun colors. And I really like that. To me, I think desert sunset or the beach, beautiful beaches of California or even Hawaii, I definitely get that theme going with this. So, let me think real quick. So, I'm noticing something here. I really, really like the pink tourmaline wire from Softflex. I love this color, and I love the fact that the AB finish, and that's an interesting aspect there. I just strung the purple bead on there, and a lot of times if you've got a transparent bead, it'll pick up the color of the Softflex and kind of highlight it, but in this case it still looks purple. So with that pink tourmaline being just a little bit, not a hot pink, but a little bit of a purple tone in there, that's actually working really, really well with the blues and purples here. I must say, these are colors I normally wouldn't have picked as a group. Independently, yes, I have definitely worked with these colors, but not as a group, but they really, really go well. I like these. So, I love the Sea Life pieces. They are just too pretty. So, okay, we've got one large shell. We've got one button. We got two smaller shells, but I'm not going to say they're really small. I mean, these are good sized dangles. Like if we were to do dangles on earrings, they will add some nice weight. I'll put my crimps to the side because I know I'll be using those shortly, but just not right now. I don't know. I like these very much, and I'm definitely going to use them in a project, but I'm going to say no to these because they have a very modern feel, and I don't know. I'm thinking something a little bit, I don't know, off the grid. I'm trying to think of colors and shapes and elements that definitely make me think of something that is a wonderful getaway. Something where you don't get bothered by cell phones and noises and so many different elements here. So I like these. These are very, very nice. It's some sort of glass. I think it's a crackle glass. And I love that intense color. It makes me think of like lagoon blue. It's very much a lagoon blue kind of color. I do like them, but I'm saying different project. And, well, again, I love that color. The black base to that right there is really dark, and I'm thinking more of a tropical night with that. So, like here, you can already see, I'm putting these to the side, but you can kind of see the project I'm already building for another one, and I would call it like, tropical nights. And I would probably use some of their turquoise, or maybe even their lapis Softflex. And I do like the butterflies, but I don't know. I'm kind of thinking no right now with the butterflies. Now, I do like these little leaves, and they have a purple finish, like a purple and blue finish. So in many ways, they definitely go with the crystals here. And they go with the different glass purple beads, the check elements. Yeah, they definitely go very, very well. But I'm noticing something. When you start putting grays and purples together, it's just it kind of mutes the purple. The purple pops better with the pink. Yeah. I'm wondering, yeah, that has more of a purple hue when you put it with these. So, because I'm thinking, yeah, here it looks more gray. And that's one of the things, when you put beads together, you'll start noticing what does and does not go, or maybe if you add, like, if you put silver spacers, these spacers here, if you put that between some of the gray beads and this little strand of the 4mm, it would allow the colors to pop better. That's just, you're doing a visual breakup of color for yourself. I love these. They look like little seeds to like some sort of flower, but I don't think for this project. It's a wonderful periwinkle. That is a lovely color. And then, of course, this really thinks of night sky. It just screams night sky to me. I love that. So like right there, you can already see I've got a night sky project going on. And I'm going to put these little bolts, I call them bolts, but they're a wonderful spacer, and they have this shape that, again, it makes me think a little bit more modern. So when I think more modern, I'm thinking this wonderful tropical vacation night, something where, you know, you have really nice drinks and fruit and you hear the calming waves. That would make an excellent necklace and earring, possibly even a bracelet set. So I've gone ahead and separated the different beads that I want to use for my project and what metal components I wanted. I thought it'd be easier to be able to see everything I wanted for my project by putting it out on my mat and removing the other pieces for my other projects. So not forgotten, but just off to the side. So I've got tiara cast, sand dollar, and the other little miscellaneous terms, and of course lobster claw for the necklace. I've got some metal elements for the earrings, and then these beads are primarily for the necklace, and of course a few accent pieces for the earrings. I also have cut 28 inches of some soft flex wire, the, of course, pink tourmaline that comes in the kit. And gone ahead, and what I wanted to do is, I'm thinking of how the waves look at a sunset at the beach, and you've got this, you'll see the water actually looks kind of pink, even purple, mixed with blues, and of course the shine of the water itself as the sun is setting. And I want to have this undulating effect going on. So I've got a short strand, it's not short, but it looks shorter because I've pushed it back. I've got my middle one that's just a little longer, and then the bottom one is a bit longer there. What I'm going to do is use a hemostat and just hold on to it right there. Hold my place so I've got my wires where I want them to be. And we're going to put my tiara cast bead on here, or button I should say. Now, the shank on the button here is actually quite large, so if I were to leave it just as is, when I crimp it, it'll slide right past the crimp. So to remedy that fact, I am going to use one of the little pink glass beads that have sort of a tiger eye effect. While I don't want to use them as a whole for this project, it will work as a stopper to prevent the tiara cast button from sliding too far. So we're going to put it pretty snug up there. And then we're going to get our crimp. And then we're going to slide our crimp onto all three of the Softlex company wires. And when you're crimping, and especially when you're using the magical crimper, you want 3 wires. Even if you end up trimming 1 or 2 away, you always want to have those 3 to stuff the crimp properly, and this way it'll hold it firmly in place. When you get the magic crimpers out, you got to make sure you get all your wires in place, laying kind of flat so you're not squeezing your wires. And when you get the crimp, you have to make sure the crimp is right in that groove. It might take a little bit to get used to, but once you squeeze it, and then you should have this nice little pillow shape. And then you go on its side, crimp again, and start kind of crimping in circles. And what you're trying to do is you're rounding out the crimp. once you're done, it should look kind of like a little bead, like a little silver bead. You can go over this with a crimp cover, but I will say that if you're putting a crimp cover on top, a lot of times the crimp covers will smash down the wires if you're using 3. If you use 2 and then go over it with a crimp cover, that actually works pretty good. Just really depends on the design that you're going for. And sometimes you might find yourself, like if you're noticing here that I'm kind of going over it, I'm definitely wanting to make sure I got that round shape, because this crimp is going to be front and center. And there we go. So we slide our bead down and our little sand dollar. Now, on its own, the sand dollar will twist like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a closure on the other end, like you would on a bracelet, where it's just a loop. And that loop will keep the sand dollar from twisting. But in the meantime, we're going to be stringing some beads. So we're going to be putting these little pieces for the rest of the earrings and the necklace over there. And now we're going to start putting, as we know, this is going to be the front of our necklace, probably the right side of the necklace. You can do it either way, left or right closure, whatever you're comfortable with. Grab a pink pearl, string it on one of these, grab our middle wire, and with the strand that we just put the pink pearl on there, we're going to go ahead and let's see, which one do we want to put? We want to put purple or one of these? I think we're going to go with purple. Oh, might have to put my little metal components to the side for right now. Okay. And you will notice sometimes they'll slide down. That's okay. You'll be putting different beads around it that it won't be a problem later on. And if you've got a couple little beads that slide here and there, that is nothing to be concerned about. Go ahead, grab 2 strands. Now some of these beads have pretty large holes, and they can take at least 2 of the strands of soft flex in there, if not 3, depending on the piece that you're working with. So you can see here where you see the 3 wires independently, then they initially go into that one. You know what, I might not do that. No, I just actually still like that. So, okay, we got this one here. We're going to put a couple of seed beads on there, because I like the clear seed beads. They look like little droplets of water to me. Oh, gotta get a couple. Actually, I think I'm going to put 3. So put 3 on there. And slide those down. We'll eventually get down there. And we'll grab, let's see, what wire am I working with here? Okay, I'll grab this one right here. And let's put a crystal on there. Okay, and I do really like the idea of spacing out the pearls. For me, I think the pearls are kind of a must. I really actually love this color palette. It was one of those ones that at first I heard it and I was like, but I have learned not to question Soft Flex's choices on the color palettes, because without fail, they have challenged me, and that's the entire point of these design kits. They challenge you to go different directions, different design directions that you might have not otherwise picked, and I've loved it. It's really forced me to go thinking outside the box, and I love it. I really really love it. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe, I don't know. Do we want to do another pink? Or actually, I think I'm going to do one of these. And then we'll do another pink one right after it. And there's no rhyme or reason. I'm not doing a set pattern. I'm doing kind of like whatever I like. And it's one of those things where you have fun. You know, free form. That's one of the things that I love about the spontaneous beading that I do is it's not really planned. Things can go wrong. And they sometimes definitely do. Oh dear, do they? But it's one of those things that I think it helps us get out of that mindset where sometimes we're just so stuck trying to do a specific style or a certain type of aesthetic, and it kind of suffocates us artistically. And I think sometimes we just need to think outside the box. We need to try something a little different and go with something fun. I don't know. I might not actually use those purple ones. Keep on trying to, but... And then you know what I should put to the side? Maybe... For the drops. Yeah, I think I might end up putting those guys there. So then that means when it comes to these over here, let me do a couple more seed beads. Gotta have some little droplets of water after all. It is the ocean. Get a little ocean spray. Grab that one. Put a purple bead. Yeah, I do like that. Now I'm wondering, when I do the earrings, do I want to do a drop? Because I'm gotta be using certain beads right now, and I need to know if I'm going to be saving some for later. And you know what? I might not. I might not use these gray crystals, because you know what? These gray crystals make great spacers, but I think when they're competing with the silver itself, it makes them look more silver. So I think we'll do pearls. Pearls are, they're great direction to go. I love using glass pearls. They make great spacers. They can make great focals. They really are one of those things that you can just go over the place with it. Okay. Oh, I missed a pearl. There I am, talking about pearls and not putting it in there. There we go. Pick that up. Put that in. And what I'll do is I'll just keep on going with that back and forth with my beads. I've gone ahead and strung the rest of the beads that I want onto my necklace, and I'll be sort of shifting their alignment a little bit once I've created my closure on the other end. So we've gone ahead, get all 3 strands. This is another one of those little glass beads that have that sort of cat's eye quality. Make sure that's on there. Do the same thing for the crimp. Oop, there I am, dropping the crimps. It's not a project unless Teresa's dropping something. Okay, we got all 3 in there. And now that we've got all 3 in there, we're going to only need one of these to be looped around, for the button to create the closure. Soft flex wire is actually quite strong. Can handle, I think I remember, yeah, test strength of 26 pounds. So that's pretty sturdy. This necklace isn't even a pound, so you will have to pull on this necklace very, very hard to break it. So my loop's a little too big. Go ahead and scoot that down a little bit more. Yeah, it's still too big. That, yeah, that should be pretty good right there. We'll just scoot it a little bit, touch there. Make sure once again, yep, it'll fit. So now there's 4 strands technically in there. And once again, get the magic crimper and make sure, be very, very careful about the lines. You don't want to be squishing them crossed over. And so you get that nice little pillow shape. The other side. Now we rotate. And you want to get that nice little bead shape. Sometimes you have to turn it around to get all of that. And especially when you're stuffing 4 lines of soft flex in there, you want to make sure you got a good, tight, snug fit. And we're going to trim all these little extra pieces off. Make sure you got your loop pulled down nice and neat. Want to be as close as possible. If you need to go back in there with a little nice pair of wire cutters, you can, no worries. Sometimes I just like using my titanium scissors to get it. But actually, you know, no, in this one, I am definitely going to use my wire snips when I get really, really, really close. And there we go. That piece went flying, but I'll find that later. That or one of the cats. That goes over very nice. And now what I do is I arrange my beads to get more of the alignment that I was going for. And you want it to be kind of random. You don't want them all on one side or the other. And that's how I'm kind of going. I want that very airy, kind of floating in water feel. And go. So now we finish off with our little dangles. I think I want to definitely go with some pearls. We'll go with the large ones first. Yeah, okay, so let's see. Yep, I'm going to use a couple of these little ones. I'll get a crimp here and there. You know what, I might not need that many crimps. Let me see. Always remember, if you're putting crimps as a spacer, you're going to have to be stuffing them a little bit. Unless you want to use a really small crimp, which, you know what, I think I might actually go ahead and use the smaller crimps on these. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing, and you can see here the difference between the 2 different types of crimps. So here's the soft flex double walled, and then here's these little tiny ones. Now they're still sterling silver plated, but they squish easier and you're going to be folding them over. So you can pick these up at most jewelry suppliers. That's not really a big issue. And what we're going to do is we are honestly just squishing these little guys. And yeah, you're folding them over. You're not having to be, you know, too picky about how it looks. Just want it nice and folded over. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll grab the tip here and then just kind of fold it over with my own hands, because these are very, very small crimps. And once you flatten them, you just have to be careful. You want to squish them, but not like so bad that they damage the wire. And now it's holding that bead in place. Go ahead and do that one more time. Maybe 2 more times. I don't know. Let me see. So now you want to go ahead and actually get your soft flex crimp here, because you want to do this attachment with the correct, here, actually we're going to put a little bead there first. Not enough beads, not enough beads. So one more of the 4mm, then we've got our soft flex crimp right there. Then we've got our little dangle, or pendant I should say, or charm, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to slide that down. Make sure it gets in there. Right there. And then what we're going to do is use a little extra piece of soft flex here, because you always want to make sure, especially when you got a larger charm like this, that you're putting the you want to make sure it's as secure as possible. So you want to make sure all 3 pieces of soft flex are in there. Yep, there we go. And now we get our magic carpets back out. Squeeze. Make sure you got the pillow shape. And go around a few times. And if you have to twist it or turn it around and then put it through the magic gripper again, don't feel bad. You want to make sure it is secure. Okay, and then now we want to trim off all the excess wire. Make sure you bend back the portions that you don't want to cut. sometimes it doesn't, oh, yeah, it's not as close as I would like it to be. Oh, there we go. We're good there. Oh, there I am, clipping pieces. Oh yeah, I need to get a little closer on those. It doesn't hurt to get a little closer after the fact, because it's better to have to trim a little closer than trim it too close. And so you've got your first angle, and you just repeat that for all of the other ones. So I've gone ahead and added the other charms to the necklace. So the necklace is now complete, and I've got the little seahorse, the 2 shells, and then of course my front closure is the tiara cast little sand dollar. Now it's time to make the earrings. Now I wanted to create something that is duplicating an effect that's similar to the necklace. So this is 3 loops of soft flex, 3 small beads that have been continuous throughout the whole necklace as a pattern, and one of the little seahorse charms. And we're going to kind of repeat that. And this time we're using one of the shell charms. So we want to go ahead. The only extra supplies that I'm using that doesn't come from the soft flex kit is these 2 4mm jump rings and a simple bail. So we're going to go ahead, put a little jump ring on the seashell, close that up, and now we're going to get our soft flex. And the first thing that we're going to put on is our crimp, because this is our base point. If I can string it on there. So I think I'm going to start with the pearl bead as the bottom one this time. You know, change it up because I don't want to have any repeating patterns. We have our little charm, and then we lace it through. We pull out a little bit more extra soft flex there, run it through the crimp, and then now we pick up the little blue gray bead. And if you end up needing a little bit more soft flex to work with, it's easy to just pull some off the spool. Okay, now that we've got the gray one in there, and make sure, because your biggest ring is going to be the bottom one with the charm. Okay, there's that one, and then now we're going to pick up our seed beads. Now that we've picked up our seed beads, we're going to once again go through the crimp. It's getting a little tight in there, but it'll still go through. And then we pull it up. Now this is probably the, quote, trickiest part, and it's not really tricky. You're just trying to match it up somewhat in size to the other earring. And it looks like I made this ring a little tight. So I just gotta open up this one a little bit more. I think we're pretty close there. And those 2 inner rings are the only ones that seem a little tight. Okay, yep. And yeah, those are pretty darn close. Okay, now that we've got the rings, kind of just make sure they're evened out pretty good. Get your magic crimper, get it in the little notch, squeeze, make sure you got your little pillow shape, and then turn, crimp away. And like I always do is I like to go over on the other side. Make sure it's secure. And now we want to trim off of the main spool. Oops, make sure the clippers are in the right spot there. Check, make sure everything's secure. Oh, little piece is going flying. Okay. And then we simply go ahead, open up. This is a very simple little bail. These bails you can get at most jewelry supply stores. So many of them online, and you know, I think Softflex might even have some. Depends, you know, each store might have different stocks, different seasons, but you know, you typically use them for pendants, but in this case I'm using it upside down and it's holding my Softflex bundle. I'm going to open up this jump ring. Nope. These jump rings are so small. 4 millimeters are definitely I think that as small as I will go when it comes to jump rings, and still be functional, but they give movement. That's my biggest thing, is I like pieces having movement. Oh, I had already had opened that jewelry wire, so just hook that on. Make sure the jewelry wire is set in place. And there we go. Pair of earrings and a necklace using the Softflex Resort Chic Kit. I hope you enjoyed this unwrapping and spontaneous tutorial. Hope to see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.